Back to Earth is ghetto. It's Thursday, November 6th, 2025, the day when the planet's Wi-Fi is still unstable, but our collective delusion that we have main character energy remains strong. Somewhere, someone just paid $12 for iced coffee and called it self-care. Somewhere else, a billionaire just renamed Mars New York 2. And here we are, trying to make sense of a species that invented AI, but still can't use turn signals. Grab your emotional support beverage. We're diving in. Welcome Back to Earth is ghetto.
What's up, y'all? She kept it short and sweet. She don't deal with me no more, and I don't deal with her. I say what I want, and we in out, bingo bango. Happy Thursday, y'all. We're one step closer to Friday. I did a lot today. I've been having a very busy weekend. It's going by fast. I went to the grocery store today. I think this week I'm going to attempt to make my husband a lemon cake. He likes lemon cake with chocolate icing, which that combination is just bleh. I'm going to make lemon cake. I'm going to make his with some chocolate icing, but I'm using lemon icing for me. And no, they don't even go together, but that's how he likes it, y'all. Other than that, y'all, really nothing's going on. Like my week's been pretty busy and steady. I rode my bike for a little bit today. My husband said it was hot outside. It was not. It was only in the 60s, but I survived. Other than that, that's it. I'm gonna hop right into the news because I ain't got too much to yap about. Let's see what we got here. So the Arizona man that left his kid in the car while he was playing video games, allegedly, and getting drunk and whacking his meat, he checked out. He checked out ahead of his sentencing. His wife was going to bat for him, like saying that, give him another chance. But mind you, he's done this allegedly 50 times before, left the kids in the car. Like, this is not his first time doing it. So, yeah, he got up out of here. Jimmy Kimmel is giving back by launching a donation center amid ongoing government shutdown. So this Gayle King interviews Talisha Jones, the person who created the AI singer Zania Monet, then breaks down how she did it. So she can't sing, but she created an AI singer. I would play this, but I know they're going to be like, that's copyright. So it's not that interesting enough. I personally don't care, but yeah. At the hearing on the tariffs with Trump, Justice Roberts asked directly who pays the tariffs, and Trump's attorney admitted that Americans do pay the tariffs. UPS cargo plane that crashed on Tuesday at the company's global aviation hub in Kentucky, which unalived at least 9, will temporarily disrupt the supply chain and result in some shipping delays. Federal judges ordered the White House to restore sign language. Now, why they take the sign language out the White House? The U.S. will reduce airline traffic by 10% at 40 locations beginning Friday due to ongoing government shutdowns. Mega Millions is inching closer towards the billion mark after no winner was selected on November 4th. Hopefully, y'all got y'all tickets in. Mexico President Claudia said Wednesday that she is pressing charges against the man who appeared to lean in for a kiss and touch her body. I know that's right, because he was doing too much. She got to make an example out of him. Toyota is recalling over 1 million vehicles in the U.S. due to a flaw that may have caused rear-view cameras to fail. Everybody's cameras failing. Russian President Vladimir Putin orders top officials to prepare for resumed nuclear testing, a direct response to President Trump's surprise instruction for the U.S. to begin testing. A majority of the Supreme Court justices asked skeptical questions about President Trump's use of emergency powers to impose tariffs. A set of conjoined twins are competing in a state cheerleading competition in Texas with their mom as their head coach almost 10 years after being surgically separated. They getting it together. California Republicans filed a lawsuit against new congressional maps hours after voters approved Proposition 50, the redistricting plan that would flip as many as 5 GOP House seats for Democrats. They do know once they sue that the same thing can happen on their end. It's kind of like if y'all win this lawsuit, then they can turn around and sue y'all for doing it. Just FYI. Democrat Johnny Dupree has won a Republican-held Mississippi Senate seat, helping break the Republican Party's supermajority for the first time in 13 years. Singles are paying $200 to hold each other in dark rooms. The biggest black hole flare ever discovered shines with the light of 10 trillion suns, scientists say. Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen coordinated in matching black coats as they made a rare appearance. They look good. The last time I seen them, they looked haggardly, but now they're looking young again. So I wonder if they did something to their face, fixed it up a bit. U.S. Appeal Court on Tuesday cleared the way for Florida to enforce a law restricting real estate and land purchases by Chinese citizens, rejecting claims that violates federal law and discriminates against Asians. So, survivor of a devastating Air India plane crash says he's the luckiest man but almost lost everything. If I was the sole survivor of a plane crash, I'd be walking, I'd be just the biggest saint in the world. Olympic gold medalist Simone Biles confirmed that she had plastic surgery. I was wondering if Simone was pregnant because her little melons was looking full, but she got them done, so that explains it. Because I'm like, Simone ain't never been this voluptuous, but yeah, as she should. She got the girls done. Explains it. But I know she ain't getting on that bar with them things. We do not want to see nothing pop. President Trump celebrates his first year in office of his second term. He says our economy is booming. Happy anniversary on this day, November 5th. 1 year ago, we had the greatest presidential victory in history. Such an honor to represent our country. Our economy is booming and costs are coming way down. I don't know what he's smoking, but yeah, I don't know about that, bruh. And this is just a graph that the costs are up, actually. But yeah. Content creator says being broke is not a reason to eliminate yourself from your community. Very true. You can do things for free. Epstein survivor Lisa Phillips recalls the moment she learned that he is no longer here. She's getting healing. The Mississippi mom that took out that monkey is not going to face any charges. And she shouldn't. Because it ain't her fault them crazy monkeys are rolling around the town. She brave. She like, Someone says, I used to date this girl with 3 kids, and one day her kids asked me to bring over chips. I got 2 big boxes from the store, and when I got there, her son gonna say, ain't nobody ever going in my mama room again except you. I've read this joke before. He stole that. Bronx woman says Trump administration is letting people starve after pantries run low on food following SNAP benefits being frozen. Jay-Z's paternity case is finally shut down after a 10-year battle. I mean, This boy kind of look like Jay-Z's cousin, but I don't know about son. Paternity test confirms that Stefan Fondiggs is the father of Instagram model's baby. This the girl got a name? They keep saying Instagram model baby. We know Stefan, all these kids is young, but he should definitely get a paternity test. So this Miss Universe contestants all walked out after the dude that's running it called Miss Mexico dumb, the director, and all the girls supported her and walked out, as they should, because why is he doing that? This is not the old days. I really wish we would get rid of like Miss Universe and all that stupid stuff. I don't know why we still participate and do that. It's gotta be other ways to showcase your amazingness as a woman than them stupid things. Sources say that Marjorie Taylor Greene wants to run for president in 2028. Wouldn't be shocked that she wants to. Somebody said, why is it so hard to say rough twice in a row? Rough. I mean, are y'all saying because you sound like a dog? Russell Simmons reportedly settles his debt with 3 of the 6 women who accused him of misconduct. Russell trying to come back to America, huh? He's trying to ease back on over here. Trump says that the U.S. is preparing for military action in Nigeria. Trump also made history as us having the longest shutdown ever. This Florida man who was accused of unaliving his wife in 2012, and he was on the run for 13 years. They finally caught his butt. Finally caught him. These would you rather questions are just so stupid. Alright, let's get into my story time. See what I got, y'all. Listen, I don't know what gas station she at, but she was feeling it, honey.
I put a lot of shit on my ass. My asshole doubled as a suitcase for a long time because I'd always have to like smuggle drugs through customs and shit. Which is why when I got sober, I had to have hemorrhoid surgery.
You moved so much shit.
Yeah, just my asshole literally just was a fucking suitcase.
Oh Jesus!
I put a lot of shit.
Man.
Hey, hold on. Hey, get the money. What's going on, y'all? Y'all know who it is. It's the official JJ. Who we got?
Still Dan B.
Suburban Boys. So y'all know what time it is, man. We finna go find a random to see if they can come help me move this dryer. But it ain't the dryer. I'm gonna be helping to move. So we're gonna go find somebody with the Ray-Ban glasses, come back, and see how it go. Time to go find somebody. Come on now, buddy. You wanna make some bread real quick? Shit, moving something. She gotta move some stuff up out of here. Yo. Hey, what's up, bro? I ain't trying to, I don't know weird shit. Hey, can you help me move this dryer, bro? I got some bread for you. I ain't no cheat, nigga. Me and my brother trying to get this fucking dryer up. We just moved over here. Yeah. What's going on, though, buddy? My name's JJ, by the way, bro. How you like living over this motherfucker, bro? Yeah. Fucking cemetery right across the street. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we got everything. God damn, boy. Real shit. Shit, I'm moving from Buckhead. Yeah. Get out that fucking city. That shit trash. What up, buddy? This is my brother right here. So Shit. We just really gonna move this shit.
That shit up.
Right across. You say what?
Got most of that shit up.
Bet. Bro, we gonna move it to the cemetery. Bro, here, bro, get the fucking money. Hey, hold on. Hey, get the money. Yo, hey, no, it's a prank. It's a prank.
The way he dipped out. I don't know why he even got in that truck with the way he did that little shake.
If you or anybody you know uses shredded cheese, which is obviously going to be a lot of people, over 10,000 cases of it was just recalled. So over 10,000 cases of this shredded cheese product was recalled over a listeria contamination. It just came through today. According to the details posted online by the FDA, the recall was initiated today, but it's ongoing. These recalled products were in Arizona, California, Florida, Georgia, Illinois, Indiana, Maryland, North Carolina, New Jersey, Nevada, Ohio, Rhode Island, Texas, Washington, and Wisconsin. I'm going to get through all the recalled products really quickly, so just pause and read. Here's the Cojita cheese, and then this one's all the Parmesan cheese, and then here's the Swiss cheese, and then here's the Asiago cheese, and then we have Monterey Jack cheese, pause and read, and then there's white cheddar cheese, and then there's cheddar cheese, there's a lot, and then here's like various different cheese blends. So like I said, all of these cheeses are recalled over a listeria contamination, so if you do have any of them I just showed, you can return them for a full refund. Obviously don't eat them, but throw them away. I do these roundups every single day, so make sure you add me.
I've only seen Sargento. I get Kraft, so I feel like I'm in the clear. But if y'all got some of that Sargento.
Okay, so this is going to be a story time on how I was attacked by my Rottweiler that inevitably ended up resulting in me having to get my arm amputated. I want to preface this by saying not too much on Doc, because he did what needed to be done, okay? I had 21 surgeries and 17 blood transfusions. I did not show up at the hospital with no arm from the dog attack. That was a lot of questions that I was getting in the comments. This was a result of just failed... I don't know. Let's just get into it, okay? So, picture this. It's 2017, December. I am in college for animal science. I'm 20 years old, and I come home for Christmas break to a unexpected puppy from our dogs, our Rottweilers. That's always been a tongue twister for me, and the more I have to say it because of this, is just, yeah. We had 3 Rotties, a mom, a dad, and a daughter. Daddy and daughter ended up breeding while we weren't looking. We're not that kind of family, but, you know, things happen. And she was so young in her first heat that, like a normal dog, she didn't even have tons of puppies. It was just one puppy. Just one that she was pregnant with and that she gave birth to. And obviously we didn't notice one puppy and a giant Rot. She looked the same. I mean, she might have looked like she was getting a little thick. It was winter time, and she didn't want nothing to do with that puppy. Okay, she was still in her hot girl summer mode, and she was not feeding that puppy. She was not bathing it. She, I think, stepped on it because its back legs were not working properly. So I had to step up to take care of this puppy. I was bottle feeding it, cleaning it, doing all that jazz. One day, I go outside after nurturing this puppy, and I go to the mom. I'm like, hey, look what I did for you. She was like, thanks. And dad was like, matter of fact. He just, I don't know. I was on the phone. I wasn't really paying too much attention, but I know for a fact he did not growl at me. He did not bark. He didn't show me any signs that we were about to get in the biggest tussle of my life. I put the puppy back. I don't even really remember what I did with the puppy, but obviously I put the puppy back. I am on the phone, I'm going inside, and I put my hand on the door to open the door to go inside the house, and this wasn't an abnormal thing for him to do. He was a very large dog, but he had puppy mentality, so he thought that he could just play with everybody and jump on everybody. And I did what I normally did and pushed him off as if, you know, he's my little brother, because that's kind of what he was. Move. And he didn't like that. He chowed down. Yeah, and we were just moseying around the yard, and I hear the person on the phone. They're like, "Is your dog attacking you?" And I was like, "Yeah, can you call my mom? Can you call my mom, actually? I'm gonna need you to do that." My mom comes outside. She works from home, luckily, and we are both now fighting with this dog. You think that it's your dog and you can just yell at him and tell him to stop, or even smack him up a little bit. He did not react to any of that. When I tell y'all he did not blink, like, he's this close to my face and he's not blinking. I just hear like, so yeah. And then my mom ends up like grabbing a steel toe boot. The boot hits me in the head. I was like, let's put a pause on this real quick. Who can we call? And she was like, 911. I was like, yeah, let's call that. So she calls them. They pull up on motorcycles very fast, by the way, like 3 minutes. And they had to, like, there was no other choice. This dog was over 100 pounds. He was not going to be able to be lifted up by the collar, which is what they are trained to do. If a dog is attacking, they cannot get it to stop. So it took 4 to get this dog to let me go. Okay? And after that, I still am not like fully processing what has occurred. I felt no type of pain, really. I guess shock will really do that to you. And I asked for water. And I remember one of the cops saying no. And I was like, "You're rude. I'm going to need that badge number." But no, it was because they knew that I was going to have to be going to immense surgery when I got to this hospital. And I get to the end of my driveway where there's an ambulance. I don't even know how to say this, but I don't even know these people, so who cares? Y'all will never find them because I don't even know who they are. But I get into the ambulance, and the first part of the trauma of after the attack, because the attack is not even the worst part of this story. Like, as I told y'all, I showed up to the hospital with an arm. Not saying that what happened to me at the hospital resulted in me not having an arm, because they did all that they could do. But that was a horror story in itself. And if y'all want a part 2 on that, I will definitely do that. But I think this should just be saved for what initiated this. Yeah, so I get into the ambulance and I just hear the 2 medics arguing over like the size of the needle, IV, I don't know, that he's trying to put into my arm. They're arguing, and my mom is banging on the window of the ambulance, like, "Let me in." And it's just chaos. And at that point, I just black out. Like, or I guess I would say white out, because I saw white. Like, when people say they saw a white light, I saw a white light. And the next thing I remember is waking up in a hospital, which I had been life flighted to. Don't even know what was the point of the ambulance. They took me from one end of the street to the other where the life flight was parked. And when I woke up, horror amidst, okay?
My husband and I have been married 9 years. We've had a lot of ups and downs, like most marriages. Earlier this year, I found out he had been looking at pornography. He claimed it wasn't an addiction, but he was doing it multiple times a day. It was affecting his job. He wasn't bringing in income. So we've had a lot going on with that. He started to act disconnected again recently. So I was looking at his laptop and kind of seeing what was going on. Noticed he was like doom scrolling and different things and not working again. I did notice that it was like a click where he was in his email in a photos folder. So when I clicked on it, there was the top email. The subject line was "My Love." And when I clicked on it, it was luckily me, which I was honestly relieved. But it was photos of me that were taken without my knowledge, almost like what a stalker would take of somebody. I'm either naked or half naked, getting ready in the bathroom, putting on makeup, curling my hair, but the photos are him taking them from our room without, me knowing, from a different room. I'm standing in the closet in some of them. And one of the creepiest ones, I have on a tank top and panties, and I'm sleeping, but I'm sleeping on my stomach with my leg kind of propped up, and he's pulled back the covers and was angling the photo in a weird angle. And it's so violating and disgusting for me to see these, and they're creepy. And I just don't, A, I want to know if I'm valid for feeling that way, and B, if this has been a repetitive cycle of him doing things like this behind my back, how do I approach this or even attempt to move on? Or
You're not going to like what I'm about to say, okay? But you need to get out of your house as soon as you can. Or he needs to get out of the house as soon as possible. Very unsafe situation you're in. And if you listen to my show long enough, I rarely say what I'm saying right now. Every one of your concerns and deep fears is 100% valid. The level of violation is so grotesque. And I don't want to stoke your fears, but I'm just going to be honest. Is that okay?
yeah, of course.
I don't know where he's posting those pictures. I don't know who he's giving those pictures to. I don't know who he's selling those pictures to. I don't know what he's doing with that stuff.
That's true, man. That is some creepy. And what is wrong with him? Like, that his addiction and his weirdness is so bad that he doesn't even work. Like, that's everything about that dude is alarming.
Truckers say it's been a daily and nightly thing. Teenagers going door to door, knocking on the doors, selling themselves truck to truck. Police spent the weekend trying to break it up, and truckers say in this lot, officers can just take their pick.
Nothing surprises me anymore. I've seen everything but Bigfoot at a truck stop, you know?
Indianapolis trucker David Howington visits this truck stop every day along South Harding at 465, and he says the prostitutes were getting bolder by the day. Other truckers told police a 14-year-old girl has been among those working this truck stop, so officers tracked her down over the weekend. They say she denied being a part of it, but her 19-year-old sister, Jody Kinslow, went to jail. She's charged with trespassing, and police say she's been arrested for prostitution in the past. Even while our cameras were out here, we saw women that truckers identify as regular prostitutes going door to door, and police have called in CPS to investigate their family in hopes of keeping her 14-year-old younger sister from following in the older sister's footsteps in this illegal trade out here at the truck stops.
They get money. They said, what shut down?
People with 6 teeth defending people with 8 yachts. America.
For real.
And Kev, I'm not really into the whole leg washing, man. Just let the soap.
You got dirty legs up here, man? Get your dirty legs out of here, man.
What you mean? You not into the leg washing?
You out here with dingy legs, man. You don't even moisturize them shits. Having dirty legs is one thing, but moisturize that dirty ass shit, man. Prop that back up, man. God damn. Now, come on, man.
I really can't talk. I be asking.
Your skin is wasting away, man. Oh, God damn, man. Come on.
But I wash my legs. So wait, you be in the shower, right?
I hit everything.
You hit everything.
Why not this? I hit everything. Why not this?
Man, I'm gonna bust my ass, man.
God,
I'm scared I'm gonna bust my ass. So your shins stink.
Nah, okay, it ain't that bad, bro.
Do you wash your feet?
Yeah, what?
He trying to lie. He trying to lie. Oh, yeah, I wash my feet. Nah, you thought about it. Everybody knows that they wash your feet. You the type to let the soap go and be like, I did this. I did this, now my feet is clean, man. You
dirty dog.
Brandon.
Hey, man, you know, I mean,
what you mean, What you mean, feet stink? This part of your leg, okay, it might not stink every day. Feet, toes smell terrible if you don't get in there and mix it up with them.
You wild for this. Look, man, the soap go down and hit my feet, man.
You got to rub it, man. He said it go down.
Let me smell your shoe, man. Oh, man, come on, man. Let me smell it. Hell yeah, hand it over.
Wild. But yes, do these men not do any yard work or work out or when people don't take showers, I'm like, do you just sit at home all day and do zero? Like, you don't work out or nothing? You don't sweat all day? Like, what are you doing for a living? How is this possible?
It was a horrible car crash with a couple trapped in the wreckage. Cops investigated it as an accident until the boyfriend woke up in the hospital, and what they say he told them is shocking, accusing his girlfriend of intentionally crashing their car in a jealous rage. Wes Trent has the details.
A young couple has been in a horrible car accident. Police say this Honda was going 95 miles an hour before it slammed into a thicket of mangrove trees. 24-year-old Leah Mumby is screaming for help. She believes her boyfriend, 22-year-old Daniel Waterman, is dead.
Daniel, wake up, please! Daniel, wake up!
Leah is not aware that Daniel's iPhone has automatically called 911.
The owner of this iPhone was in a severe car crash and is not responding to their phone.
Daniel took the brunt of the crash, sitting in the passenger seat, suffering a broken neck and back. Doctors put him in a medically induced coma. At first, police thought it was a tragic accident. But then, in a moment straight out of a movie, when Daniel Waterman woke from the coma, he told them it was not an accident. He couldn't speak, but with the help of a special letterboard, he slowly printed out a tale that has heads spinning. His girlfriend, he wrote, tried to kill him. He communicated that Leah had just told him she was pregnant. He said she was also jealous about texts he'd received from another woman. Then he literally spelled out for them that Leah drove off the highway and slammed into the trees on purpose. I don't care what happens, you'll get what you deserve, he quoted her as saying. After 8 months of battling to stay alive, Daniel died. I spoke to his mother and aunt.
It was something that was so heartbreaking as a mom. It's like, how could someone do this to my son?
Leah Mumby was arrested as she arrived at the hospital to visit Daniel. The charge, vehicular homicide.
There's no doubt in my mind that it was anything but an intentional accident.
Leah Mumby has pleaded not guilty to vehicular homicide. She reportedly told cops she didn't remember anything leading up.
That's going to be a sketchy case because, I mean, I definitely believe Daniel, but he was in a coma when they can say he had brain trauma, but man, that is crazy.
White people didn't read none of them books we assigned them in 2020. Didn't read a damn thing. And during times like this, they always want us to they want to have their smartest, most articulate black friend explain the situation to them, right? But that's like graduate, what we got going on, we've had to build this over time. And I think we really, and I love showing up to the occasion. I used to. Like, yeah, I'm about to, shift their hearts and their minds. Then I realized, I think I really underestimate that white people are a little, y'all a little stupid. Y'all a little dumb. Okay? I hate that people think, oh, Amber doesn't like white people. And her politic means she doesn't like them. Listen. I'm from Ohio, okay? O-H-I-O. If it was a black, y'all in the back, I can't see ass. I went to college with whites in Pittsburgh, okay? It's not political why I don't fuck with y'all. It's just because I've gotten to know you, okay? Spent some time with y'all's asses. Your food's bad, goddamn.
I didn't realize once you turn 40, I don't know what happened, but it's like I'm cougar bait now. I don't know if that's, yeah, it's out of control. Y'all know what cougars are, that's what they call in the older ladies that are very aggressive in they, how they say stuff to you very inappropriately, they're very, very aggressive. I've started to notice, the red flags, you know when you're about to interact with a cougar, you can tell. Matter of fact, you can hear it in their voice. The lust sit right there in their throat, right there. It sit right on the top of their throat. You can hear it because they say stuff like, young man. How you doing, young man?
The man finds a wife, he finds a good thing, but wife is serious, man. Look, even the word wife. Say wife. That sounds like knife, don't it? Things change when you get a wife. That's the sound of shit getting cut out of your life, man. Shit you used to enjoy. Partying, hanging out with your friends. Not when you get a wife. Fuck all that shit. That's why women wear diamonds. Now I'm gonna cut through all that. I'm his wife, bitch. Like, look at the word husband. That sound like has-been, don't it? It sound like you used to be this shit. You used to be this shit. You ain't caught a touchdown since high school, motherfucker.
Because I think I figured out relationships. I do. I think I just need somebody to practice with. You know, I learned the key to making a relationship last. I did. You just have to do what you did in the beginning to get in the relationship all the way through. And it works out. And remember how relationships start. A relationship starts because a man lies about who he is. And a woman accepts that. That is what a relationship is. So fellas, you have to keep lying. It's imperative that you lie to her in her face daily. And ladies, you just gonna have to take that. You have to take it. And I know it sounds messed up, I know. But it's because we're different, we love differently. A man's love is possessive. Ladies, we want you. We'll do whatever it takes to get you. And once we have you, only concern is keeping you and keeping other men the fuck away from you. That's it. And ladies, y'all want something different. Women want something different out of love. Women want to be happy. You see how that's different? Fellas, you see how that didn't really include you? Women want to be happy. They make decisions in life based off of their happiness. That's why a woman can have a job making $1 million an hour. And if she don't like the way she feels, go into that job every day. Eventually, she will quit that job. You see how y'all get that? You see the confusion on the men's faces? Because all they heard was, these niggas pay $1 million an hour. You'd be like, but what about what they do at the job? I don't give a fuck what they do down there at that job. I'll see you niggas Monday. That's how we work. We're different. But because they prioritize happiness, fellas, that's why they get to be happy. She gets to be happy. All right? And some men have figured this out, and they get to be married a long time. You ever talk to a man that's been married a long time? Ask him what's the key to his marriage. He'll tell you, happy wife, happy life. That nigga don't say nothing about honesty. You've never talked to your grandfather, and he'd be like, keep it real with a young blood. They love that shit. As long as she's happy, congratulations, you get to be married a little longer. That's how it works. All right? But she gets happiness, fellas. And in return, you don't get happiness. You don't get happiness. And let's be honest, fellas, you don't even give a fuck about happiness. It's not our shit. No one's ever cared about our happiness. It's not our shit. Men care about peace. As long as no one's fucking with me, what a day. To the ladies in the room who don't understand this, peace comes from nothing, all right? It comes from nothing. Think about a time you asked your man what he did that day. And if the answer was nothing, think about how happy that nigga was to tell you that it was nothing. That's how we operate, all right? Nothing is a great thing, but fellas, do not expect your woman to understand peace. Just like you don't understand her quitting $1 million an hour job, she will never understand peace. Because to them, peace looks like happiness. And they don't like happiness when they're not around. She's not going to preserve your peace. And I know there's some women in here like, no, I'll preserve my man's peace, and you're a fucking liar. Because think about a time your man was in the room by himself, staring off into the distance, smiling, and you walk past the room. Did you look at him and go, he looks happy. I'm gonna leave him by himself. He looks happy. Or did you go, the fuck is he smiling about? It better be me. It better be fucking me. And she thinks you're happy, fellas, so she wants to know what's causing your happiness. But she don't know it's peace. Nothing comes with peace. So she comes and asks you, what you thinking about? And you think it's a good idea to tell her the truth. And you look her in the face and go, nothing. And that's when the fight starts, because they don't get it. But fellas, you need your peace. But understand, as important as peace is to you, fellas, listen, there will be no peace if she's not happy. And I know there's some men in here that's like, nah, I deserve to be happy too. I get it, you ain't lived long enough. But if there's some men in here who want to be happy, you want to be happy in a relationship, I'll tell you how to do it. Any man in here who wants to be happy in a relationship, this is the only thing you have to do. You have to date a man. Okay? That's why they call it gay. What's the definition of gay? Happy niggas. And that is what it is. Gay men are the happiest niggas in the world. Alright? And I know some people who gonna push back like, nah, Ryan, this ain't the case. Let me tell you something. You all know this in the back of your minds. And I'll prove it to you. Let's say that you have a new coworker at your job. He's been there for like 2 weeks. You don't know much about him. You just see him around work. And every day from the time he come in to the time he leave, that nigga is happy. Real happy. What's the first thing you think? That nigga gay. Listen, we ain't gotta do this today.
He ain't lying though. Men are just, I would like ask my husband, like, did you have fun? It was cool. Like, that's just how it is. All right, y'all, that's the show. Inspirations on the way. Y'all stay blessed.
And how much has the way I've been thinking been blocking my transformation? How much has your mind, the way you think, process, been working against your transformation? How many blessings have you missed? How much joy have you not experienced? Rather, if it's just the joy of a new sunrise. Because for the believer, for the Christ follower, the disciple of Jesus, when you wake up in the morning, the first emotion you feel should not be anger for months. The first emotion that you feel should not be worry. Where did you get that from? The Bible. What should be the posture of the believer? This is the day that the Lord has made. Watch, I will rejoice and be glad in it.
Kansas homeowners, if you need to sell your house fast without making any repairs.
How much has your mind been working against your transformation? How many blessings are you missing? What joy of a new day are you not witnessing because of the way you've been thinking? What anxiety are you having because you are rehearsing disasters that never have been sent? How many nights have you gone sleepless because your mind is replaying pain? Your imagination is starting to conjure up and think about pain and imagining rejection and imagining worst case scenarios and imagining fear. You are inventing storms and they feel so real to you that they seem more real than the promises of God? How much has the way I've been thinking been getting in the way of my transformation? Let's speak around this thought from this subject for part 3 of our transition series. Your mind is lying to you. Your mind is lying to you. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, my church family, please lean in. Right now is not a time to be distracted. Text them after church. Get off of Instagram, off of social media. If you're using your phone, let it be for notes and your Bible. Maybe put it on sleep mode just for a few moments. I want you fully undistracted. I want you to lean in, because what I'm about to share with you not only is prophetic, but it has the possibility to be the most pivotal sermon that somebody has ever heard. And I firmly believe this in my heart, that this is possibly going to be one of the most pivotal installments in our transition series, because transitions are not just about movement, they're about molding. It's not just about movement, it's about molding. When the master potter has his hand on you, when our sovereign sculptor is shaping you and molding you and chiseling you and anointing you for the task that you're supposed to fulfill while you're here in time. When your season has repositioned, you can't trust the narrator in your head. Your mind can lie to you. I'm going to say it one more time for somebody in the back. When the master potter has his hand on you, when the sovereign sculptor is molding you, shaping you, and chiseling you, and anointing you for the task that you have been born to complete while you're here, this is why you still have a pulse. This is why you still have oxygen in your lungs, because there's something you're supposed to fulfill in time. How else do you think you're going to hear well done if you didn't do anything well while you're here in time? What have you done well? Well done, my good and faithful servant. What was well? What was done? And what did you serve faithfully? When you find yourself in a season of repositioning, you can't trust the narrator in your head, because your mind can lie to you. Your mind can lie to you. That's A. B is be sure to never allow someone else's thoughts to become your meditation. I'm going to show that to you in scripture in just a few moments. Never allow somebody else's thoughts to become your meditation, because if you do, you end up adopting their thoughts as truth. This is so good, y'all. Never allow what they think, what culture thinks, what society thinks, what your mama and them think, what your friend thinks, what an ex thinks about you to become your meditations, and now you start to believe that is true. Negative. The devil is a liar. We believe Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. Christ and Christ's teaching is the truth. Sound doctrine is true. The Rhema word is true. The Logos is true. The living word is true. That's what we believe is true. The Bible, the inspired, breathed word of God, that's our highest authority. Not your comment in my comment section. Truth. Hear me, church family. If your place transitions, but your mind doesn't. If your season shifts, but your mind doesn't, your mind will be imprisoned to a cell that your body walked out of. So you have a promised land address, but an Egypt mindset. Your body is out of Egypt, but your mind is still serving Pharaoh. Your body is out of 2016, but your mind is still serving 2016. Your body is out of what happened in 1993, but your mind is still rehearsing what happened in 1993. Your body has transitioned from 2020 when we were going through a global pandemic, but your mind is still in the exact same place. So when God speaks to you, you can't hear him because you're thinking backwards when he's speaking forwards. Talk, Holy Spirit. You've walked out of Egypt. That's slavery before Christ, BC days. But your mind is still serving Pharaoh. You're still thinking about what Pharaoh did. You're still thinking about Pharaoh's parties. Ooh, you're still like Pharaoh type men. You still like Pharaoh type women. We in the house. You still like Pharaoh's attraction, but you're craving, I want the Lord. Why do you think the Apostle Paul says in Romans chapter 8, verse 7, he says, the carnal mind is enmity against God, for it is not subject to the law of God, neither indeed can be. So he's saying a mind that is governed by the flesh, a mind that is not renewed, that's hostile to God. It's an enemy to God. Just think about this, church family. Your mind is God's enemy. In the text, your mind, I want to do it, but your mind won't let me. I'm calling you to it, but your mind won't let me. Here it is. You're calling the devil a liar, but treating me like I'm one. You're saying the devil is a defeated foe, but you're thinking like a defeated foe. I'm trying to get you to think higher. I tell you prophetically, many of us, you're not dealing with many demons. You're dealing with mental dialogues. And your mind is given CPR to pain. Your mind is given CPR to doubt. Your mind is given CPR to fear, as though the text does not tell us that God has not given us the spirit of fear, but a power, love, and a... Your mind is given CPR to worry, as though Jesus didn't tell us in Matthew chapter 6, don't worry. In fact, look to the birds of the air. They neither sow nor reap nor gather in barns, but yet your heavenly Father provides for them. Are you not much more valuable than they? Do you not know that every single strand of hair on your head, they're all numbered? And even if you're bald, every pore the hair used to grow out of, they're all numbered. You being evil, if your child asked for a fish, would you give him a snake? You being evil, if you wouldn't give your child wicked things, how much more does your heavenly Father know the things that you need, and he will give them to you? Don't worry about what you're going to wear, what you're going to drink, or what's going to happen. And then Jesus said, the pagans worry about stuff like that. Are you claiming kingdom, but thinking pagan? That's what Jesus says. The pagans think like that. What is it saying? People who don't know Abba think like that. People who don't have no relationship think like that. People who don't know I run everything think like that. People who don't recognize the earth, heaven is my throne and the earth is my footstool, think like that. People who don't recognize that I am the author and finisher of your faith, they think like that. People who don't recognize that I've already worked together a plan for you, think like that. People who don't recognize that I can restore unto you the year the cankerworm has stolen, think like that. But sons don't, daughters don't. You're not dealing with many demons. You're dealing with mental dialogues. Many of us, the suffering that we have, it's not springing forth in your reality. It festers in your mind. It's festering in your mental loops. It's festering in what you keep rehearsing. It's festering in the movie trailers that you're creating in your own head. Some of us deserve Oscars, y'all. We could produce some award-winning movies. You have pre-planned clapbacks from arguments that will never happen. Y'all laughing? I'm so serious. You have gotten agitated and irritated about what you should have said if you could relive it again and have it saved in your frontal lobe so that if they bring it back up, you already know what to say. Am I telling the truth? It festers in your mind. It festers due to the unknown and the uncertainties of a transition season. Not recognizing that uncertainty is God's spiritual dumbbell. That's how he gives your faith some muscle. Y'all missed it. Y'all missed it. Uncertainty, that's God's spiritual dumbbell. That's how he gives your faith some muscle. See, spiritual maturity and deep roots in Yahweh don't blossom from certain seasons. Certainty never stretched nobody's faith. certainty never made you grow up in God. The only thing that you're certain is that Jesus is Lord. But certainty didn't stretch your faith, but it's the crossroads of the unknown. It's the crossroads of not knowing how this is going to turn out. That's what makes your trust bluff. Can I get everybody to just do this? I know you might bump your neighbor, but you want your faith bluff? You didn't do it right there. Right here, I'm looking at your glass. You didn't do it. You want your faith bluff? Then you're saying, God, give me some uncertainty. You want your trust buff? God, give me some uncertainty. It wasn't until I didn't know how this was going to turn out that God showed that he's a God that knows how to make a way out of a no way. He uses uncertainty to make your faith bluff. It wasn't until I didn't know what was going to happen and I didn't know if this was going to rob me of my peace that I learned that he is Jehovah Shalom, God my peace, who knows how to give me peace that surpasses all my understanding. It took uncertainty for God to give my faith some muscle. I had no idea when I felt overlooked, when I felt unheard, when I felt God wasn't answering my prayers and wondering, does he hear me? Then one day the phone rang. Then one day the opportunity happened. Then one day the realtor called and said, Pastor, we have a tour of a building that we want you to walk into. And now we're about to walk in and own that building in just a few more months. It took that uncertainty for me to be reminded that he's El Rohi. He's the God that sees me. It's the uncertainty that made my faith get some muscle. You want to grow? Can God trust you with uncertainty? It was when I didn't pick the fight, but the fight picked me. And I still walked out victorious. Then I learned that he's Jehovah Nisi, God my banner. It took uncertainty to give faith some muscle. Now I understand why he refers to himself as the I am that I am. Because whatever situation you need me to be, I am. You need peace, I am that too. You need joy, I am that too. You need gladness, I am that too. You need clarity, I am that too. You need wisdom, I am that too. Can we pause real quick and just thank God that whatever we need, he is. Better than drugs, he is. Better than a dopamine hit, he is. Better than a high, he is.